Credit is a big component of getting a mortgage, so let's talk about some common questions that people have. What happens when we're pulling credit is we actually pull 3 credit scores, one from TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax. And what lenders will do is use the middle of those scores as the basis of your loan. If there are 2 or more borrowers, we're going to use the lower middle score between the borrowers to establish things like rate and, if needed, mortgage insurance. It's important to remember that there are many credit models. So the main standard is what's called the FICO model. And even under the FICO model, there are different versions. The way that I explain it to people is it's sort of like soda. So you can have Coke, Pepsi, or even a generic version. And each formula is going to be slightly different. Similar, but different. And that's how the scores from each of the 3 credit bureaus work. So although there are many different credit models, such as Vantage Score, FICO 8, the ones that lenders use are primarily FICO 2, 4, and 5. So remember, the primary things that are going to show in your credit score are going to be debts that you have: student loans, credit cards, cars, mortgages, any kind of personal loans. If you have ever had something like a bankruptcy or a foreclosure or back taxes or a collection, those are going to show on your credit, and they typically factor in if those have happened within the last 7 years. For the models that lenders use, and medical collections do factor in. Now, as far as how much they matter does depend on the length of time that the incident occurred, as well as the loan type that you're getting. Usually, if you've had a pretty vanilla credit history, nothing has ever happened, you've had it for a while, you pay your bills on time, your credit card balances are low, the scores are going to be pretty typical. But if you have older derogatory credit, meaning missed payments or even something like a medical bill, those do factor in differently for the FICO 2, 4, and 5 that lenders use versus the Vantage Score and FICO 8. Typically, an inquiry is only going to impact your score somewhere between about 2 to 4 points. So it is an important diagnostic tool that we need in order to give you the feedback that you want. And the thing that's helpful to know is when you have your credit pulled for mortgage, you then have what's called a 45-day shopping window, meaning if you go to any other lender and have your credit pulled within that time period, it is not going to hit your score as an inquiry. So although credit is complex, remember, we do this every day. So any question that you have, we're here to help make the process transparent for you so you can feel confident making your next decision.